Simferopol International Airport is an airport in Simferopol, the capital of Crimea. It was built in 1936. The airport has one international terminal and one domestic terminal. On 14 May 2015, the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine voted to rename it to Amet-khan Sultan International Airport, in memory of Amet-khan Sultan. Another airport named after Amet-khan Sultan is Oitash Airport, located in Makhachkala, Russia. Since the annexation of Crimea by the Russian Federation in 2015, the airport is only used for flights to and from Russia. History. On 21 January 1936, the Council of People's Commissars of the Crimean Autonomous Republic decided to allocate land and begin construction of the Simferopol Airport. Simferopol to Moscow flights began in May 1936. Before the Second World War, regular air travel was established between Simferopol and Kiev, Kharkiv, and other airports. In 1957, a terminal was commissioned. Lighting equipment was installed on a dirt runway and Il-12, Il-14, and Mi-4 aircraft began landing at the airport. In 1960, a concrete runway with an apron and parking areas was constructed. The airport began to operate around the clock and in adverse weather conditions, using new aircraft such as Antonov and Il and Il-18. In the 1950s and 1960s, the Il-2 carried cargo and passenger flights to regional centers of the Crimea, and the Mi-4 flew to Yalta. In the summer of 1960, a squadron of Tu-104 was organized for the first time in Ukraine. Starting in 1964, the Il-24 was based at the airport. Construction of the second runway, designed for Il-86, Il-76, Il-62, and Tu-154 aircraft, began in 1977. On 19 May 1982, Simferopol Airport was the first in Ukrainian SSR to have a wide Il-86. In subsequent years, this type of aircraft made an average of 5.6 daily flights to Moscow. In the summer of 1989, the airport was designated as a Western Alternate Airport for landing the Buran spacecraft. In the early 2000s, the old runway 01-19L was taken out of service because of its insufficient length and strength. Since then, it has been used as taxiway D with a length of 2,100 meters. The second runway is now in operation and is longer, wider and accommodates heavier aircraft. Following the 2014 Crimean crisis, pro-Russian militia forces took control of the airport on 28 February 2014. Crimean airspace was closed and air traffic was disrupted for 2 days. On the 11th of March, Russian forces took over the control tower and closed Crimean airspace until the end of week. Ukraine international flight PS-65 was denied landing and diverted to Kiev. With the Russian takeover of the airport, the International Civil Aviation Organization expressed concerns about the safety of international flights in the region and recommended airlines to avoid Crimean airspace. By the same token, on 3 March 2014, the European Organization for the Safety of Air Navigation, who also did not recognize the unilateral takeover of Ukrainian airspace by another country, had confirmed that the majority of transitional air routes have been closed in accordance with the Chicago Convention. Ukrainian airlines also suspended routes to Simferopol. Under the Russian control, the airport operates flights only to destinations in Russia. On June 2014, Prime Minister of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, signed a government resolution 960 to open the airport for international flights. However, as of March 2016, no international flights were operated. On 29 July 2014, Rosaviation granted Chechen airline Grozny Avia permission to operate non-stop flights from Simferopol to the Armenian capital of Yerevan and Turkish cities of Istanbul and Antalya. However, these flights were technically domestic since they operated with a stopover in Anapa. Both of the routes were suspended the same year. Airlines and destinations. From March 2014 onwards, all international flights to Simferopol Airport, with the exception of flights originating from Russia, were cancelled due to Crimea's disputed status. A flight to Istanbul, Turkey was operated for a short period in August 2014, and since 16 November 2014, flights to Yerevan, Armenia, were also operated for a short time by Grozny Avia, a Chechen airline. Technically, both of these flights were not international because they had a stopover in Anapa Airport. Dobrolio, a Russian government-owned low-cost airline, was sanctioned by the European Union for operating flights to Simferopol. The airline was forced to close less than 2 months after it started operations. Statistics. Ground transportation. Trolleybus Route 9 runs from the airport to the Simferopol railway station. In 2015, a new direct express route has been launched. 24-hour Trans-Express buses and trolleybuses connect the airport with the Simferopol railway station in the city center. The route was launched in May 2015 by Crimean Trolleybus and runs every 10 minutes without stops in both directions. Intercity trolleybus routes 54 and 55 run to the cities Volushta, Jalta and resorts between them on the southern coast of Crimea. Route number 55 Simferopol Jalta, re-established in April 2014, is known to be the world's longest trolleybus route. The airport is connected with Sevastopol bus station by direct bus route.